This week's video, we're going to cover a car show. We like going to these things. I don't really know why. We don't ever win anything. I'm in the Ramcharger on its first official trip, eastbound I-40. I've been on the road for a little while now, and truth be told, she's a little warm. We're at 230 right now. Not a super big fan of that number, but it's not going up. So I'm also doing about 70 miles an hour, which isn't quite the speed limit, but this truck still needs an alignment and a few other, we'll say, steering and suspension parts. So it's not perfect to drive on the highway, but it tracks pretty straight and it does highway speeds. That being said, I'm at like 2,800 RPM and 230 degrees, but we're still sitting good on oil pressure, somewhere around 40-ish. So, like I said, we're going to this car show, meeting Cody at his house and driving from there. Should be a pretty good time. From what I understand, it's a primarily Jeep show, which is kind of why I wanted to take this truck. Even though I don't have the front drive shaft in yet, I feel like this still fits better than my 67, and I had quicker access to this truck instead of having to go out and swap this truck for my 67. So we're gonna roll along, and I'll keep y'all updated, and we'll post some B-roll of the trip to and from, and then of course some footage at the car show, and hopefully we make it there and back no problems. But you know, it's not like I've had this out on the highway a whole bunch. Most of the trips that I drive this on are real short and sweet and around town, so we'll keep going eastbound I-40, and we'll see y'all when we get there. Okay. Okay. Naturally, we can't do anything without a problem. Leaking transmission fluid. It's a good thing we drove this around and got everything hot. Okay. Well, there's where it's dripping at. Okay. Y'all can't see what I'm doing, but I'll record anyways. Where's the drippy drip?
the leaky leak. So something. Oh, that exhaust is hot. Alright, I'm going to dig in and see if I can find this leak. Okay, I absolutely should have been recording, but I wasn't. I'm not sure if y'all can see that or not, but right there and right there is where it's leaking. It's just spraying onto the starter. So I think what we're going to probably do is, for at least today, cut a chunk of this out and just replace it with transmission rubber transmission line, and clamp it down tight and hope for the best. Okay, we're at a pure run what you brung stage. I do have a tubing cutter, so that's nice. Could not find proper sized hose clamps, so we're going to use these two big ones and a chunk of absolutely that is transmission cooler line. Sure. Alright, I'm going to crawl back under there, cut this to length, and get it cinched down. And I think we're going to look at the valves. We might adjust them. We might have a small bit of lifter noise. Alright, I've got one end cut. Now I'm just going around and around on the second end. Oh, she's getting there. We tighten it one more time and she'll go. Definitely easier ways to do this than one-handed, but and I hope he's got a little bit, oh, there she goes, of transmission fluid. Alright. I will tell you, you're supposed to deburr, so I'm gonna do that. Sure. Not just gonna get ATF all over the outside of this, put it up in there, but I'm gonna need two hands for this, so see you when I see you. Okay, it's in place. I'm going to wipe that up and then go start it and see what we get. And also for reference, this is what we cut out, and that's the one that was leaking. This one wasn't leaking yet, but you can tell it was going to get there soon, so hopefully we're not going to have any more leaks. Okay, now we've got a small lifter tick. Pretty consistent. And we've got a small fuel leak. Also pretty consistent. So I guess we're going to figure out which one gets tackled first or at all. Okay, we're on the road. We got his leaks fixed. I think we might end up adjusting his valves at the car show. We'll see. I did do some quick math. This thing got just under 11 miles to the gallon on that highway trip, which is pretty good considering it doesn't have an overdrive and we were just hauling butt down the highway. So, yep, we're gonna stop by another car wash, let him get his cleaned up, and then we'll be on to the show. Hopefully not all the way late. Awesome. And now we wait. Alright, both of our rigs have made it. We're going to walk around, show y'all what the show's about, and you vote, I guess, for people's choice. You vote with tiny ducks. I think they just give you this duck for fun. Let's go see who gets our duck.
bit of that because night drives can be cool. So yeah, we'll hopefully see y'all at home, see if I can make it and not have any trouble. Here we go. Fixed the ground on them windshield wipers when I did. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said something. Alright, y'all, so full disclosure, it's like 5 days later. I'm actually in the middle of editing the video y'all just watched and realized I didn't film an outro, which is probably going to be pretty common moving forward. Depends on how quickly I can get to editing after the bulk of the filming. I can say that I am hard at work on the content for next week's video, and doing this car show video really helped as far as freeing up time. Let me show you a sneak preview of what you got coming. So this ain't much, but it's what's going on right now. And that's all you're going to get for that. So thank you to everyone who has liked, subscribed, commented, and shared this with your friends. I really think that helps. So if you can and haven't, please do share that with your friends. And hit that little bell, that way you know when we post and can come and watch. I try and post every Saturday at 9 a.m. So far I've hit that mark. So fingers crossed we can keep that up. I'm going to get back to work. Y'all have a good one, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks.